Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays Factorio for absolute beginners, and Merry Christmas. I think this is an accidental Christmas episode, although not really planning to do anything with that. Right, I think I have an artillery turret that I did want to set up, and I definitely want to improve the coverage of these robo ports. Coverage of our networks overall, so I'm going to cheat and dump a load of stuff in there. Right. So, in terms of the artillery, got a few options, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have a second one down here because we already got the train going there. Seems like it might be a good place to start at least. You off to next? Oh, you're actually going where I want to go. That's useful. Although really, I could just take the artillery train. Still. See, I'm not sure we're really going to be covering logistics because I want at least most of the coverage in place before we do, before it's really going to work. But let's see. Right, so this presumably is our current artillery drop off. So I guess all we actually need to do is put a second fast inserter on the other side. Possibly point our conveyor belts in the correct direction. We'll just bring these all the way down here. And I don't have any repair modules. That's annoying. There we go, ready to go. Is the iron train already left? No, not quite. Okay. This particular iron mine was completely rammed, so I thought it would be ready to go immediately, but I suppose to be fair we only have the fast inserters in place. Okay, fine. So we'll just leave that going for now. I would like to check out all of the iron mines, given the option. I don't seem to be doing too badly right now. So maybe I should be worrying more about the other end. Like our terribly slow production of advanced circuits. Or at least what seems like a terribly slow production. Okay, so at the moment we've done quite well with these. They're pretty much rammed up, working at full pelt. I imagine that we're going to find ourselves having problems again once I fix this. But nonetheless, let's speed this up. As we seem to have been a bit over successful when it comes to the electronic circuits here. That's right, isn't it? Oh, and what am I doing? Something stupid. Thankfully fixed it in time. Of course, you need to select what it's actually making, don't you, Tom? There we go. I should at least speed things up a little. Right, I think I get it. That's fine, but I think we could do with more of the copper wires. So let's see, how far does this need to go? It needs to be there. And there, so if I take that out. Okay, and you need to be there. So if I try to make a couple more of these. Need to pick up some repair thingies from wherever I've been keeping them. Let's get this right this time. So I want you to make copper wire out of copper. Don't think we need this either. Nope, we're good. Okay, so I've got more copper wire being made. See how we do with the electronic circuits. Might want to start making more of those. Does look a bit that way, doesn't it? Also somewhat questioning why we're using the long inserters to these. Actually, we're still not getting enough copper wire, are we? It's probably because we're using more in the advanced circuits now. Okay. Well, let's make another one. See if it helps. You never know. Okay, so we've got a reasonably constant stream of copper. Copper wire is going down okay. It's not really being made fast enough. Well, no, it's been made fast enough, I think. It's just a lot of it's being grabbed by these two. So we're not really getting enough. Okay, so there's a potential opportunity, I suppose. What we could do is alternate these. So instead of using the long handled for half of them, in fact, let's favour the... Let's move in the right direction to start with. Let's favour the short handled. And then I'm going to use a bulk inserter. To offload these. Still feels like these two are grabbing too many. Okay. I suppose a possible solution would be to, instead of have this one take from this stream, we could have it take from that stream. So that cuts in half the amount that they're taking from there. It's a little fudgy, but then everything I do is a little fudgy. Really, I should only replace the copper one, of course. The iron one is fine. Okay, so terrible and fudgy though that is, it's hopefully a little better. Still not getting any use out of these two. Crucially, we're not actually getting beyond here at all. So we are rammed up for now, but how long is that going to last for? Obviously we can try and make more of a copper wires. Wouldn't... I mean, in some ways this worked quite well, so maybe if I can replicate this. How about if we have a bunch of these? Which land on the left side. Okay. Okay, I think this makes sense. I'm definitely going to need to replenish my stocks a little here. And if I... just as a test, try to... copy this as a mirror image. So you're making copper wire, and the idea is that you now arrive on the left side of this stream, and if I fill these up we should have twice as many going through, which should allow us to reach all of these, and then will allow us to make far more electronic circuits. That's good. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Horribly fudgy though it is, and I just need to replenish my amount of stuff. So grab a bunch of iron plates. Don't need those. What do I need? Gear wheels probably. I always need a ton of gear wheels. Steel plates. Helps if you select the actual box. Right, so what else do I need to make? Oh, that is what I need. Brilliant. Okay, let's grab some inserters before I forget, and also before I forget, let's grab some... You need help finding these. Some repair. That isn't going to help. What will help is if I look at what it takes to actually make some electronic circuits and iron gear wheels, which means I probably put them down here somewhere, such as here. There we go. Brilliant. Right. Let us completely fill the place with copper wire, although it looks like we already have. Because we've run out of iron. Right, okay. One problem solved, another problem emerges. Right, I imagine this is my long put off inspection of the iron mines that's a problem. And it's this one that's the culprit, as it so often is. So yeah, definitely doing the iron mines next. Okay, so hopefully that will give us a ridiculous amount of copper wire. Once we start getting iron in again, that is. Right, this is probably overdue, so let's go check out the iron situation. I think I've got other things I need to restock on, but let's look at the iron first anyway. Close are we? Not really close enough. In fact, to be honest, we should probably start with the place he got stuck. The obvious place that's going to have a problem, so let's send you back so that you'll come back here when you've dropped things off. And no apparent problem. So what, just not processing them fast enough? Okay, fair enough. Right, well, increase your ammunition a little anyway. And I guess we'll summon the iron train back. And go check out the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's supposed to be 6. That actually is a problem. I was going off a 6-6 rule and I'm missing one. Okay, well that's my first thing that I need to sort then. I need to grab another iron smelter and put it in place. And now I've got another problem. Okay, as copper mine far southwest has been damaged. Fair enough. Not moving my artillery fast enough, I guess. Right, let's just go grab a smelter first. I'm not going to panic about that one unless I start getting a bunch of other messages. While I'm at it, let's replenish a few things. So I definitely need more electronic circuits. Right, that's fine. I actually need one. But I am going to need to get the iron train back. So that's the copper train. Where has my iron train gone? Ah, there you are. So it's far southwest that needs a turret replacing. Phew. Hope you guys are enjoying those mines. So everything up here will be automatically repaired, which is brilliant. Let me send you back and come back over here when you are done. Can't believe I missed that all this time. It's supposed to be 6 and 6, and here I've been with 5 smelters. No wonder it kept getting stuck here. I was just assuming it was the quality of a mine. Okay, great. Hopefully that will be a slightly more long-term solution then. Right. Get back here. I'll go check out the other one. Or the next one, rather. Mat of walls. Go straight to Iron Mine West. So the other thing I hadn't particularly thought of is when we go to the biggest Iron Mine Southwest, which I think we're just about to pass through now, there tends to be a lot more iron here. So whenever I'm there, in theory, I could actually just pick up a load of air iron manually. Right, you got to drop that off and then come back. So you've got 6 here. What we don't have is functioning mines. Yeah, I'm not convinced that this is actually going to pick anything much up. But in the interests of being complete, let's give it a chance. There we go. No work. Is this in the same place as the last one? Nope, this one's in the coal mine. It's kind of fascinating. Oh no, that kind of makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, we could probably do with another artillery turret up there, really. We need to keep these moving. Okay. At least want to start accumulating them. Right, that's all the repairs done. So hopefully things will be working a little better. Ah, he's already on his way back. That's good. Far southwest. I'm not immediately dealing with these dead turrets because they seem to be isolated, so hopefully there's a bit of a lull before the next attack comes, and I don't want to get distracted from sorting the iron out because I think I've been too easily distracted before and it just hasn't happened for too long. And ultimately, if we're not producing iron, then not producing it fast enough, and that harms everything. There we go. Right. You just know this is going to fill up and set off without me, don't you? Why don't I send you off now, and then you can drop off some of what you've got and then come back for me. There we go. See the amount of damage here, there's a fair amount of artillery still flying around. Not artillery, ammunition. But yeah, we've come pretty close to losing some of these turrets as well. So we ultimately want construction robots in every one of these sites. Not logistics, but construction. And then that would handle these repairs for us. So the only reason we would need to be here would be to move the mines as they get used up. Okay, looking good, fully stored. Let's bring our train back. I think we're pretty much done in terms of the iron inspection now. I might want to skip out when we come to the actually thinking about it. I could probably just walk across, because I think we had a turret missing up here. So instead of worrying about the iron train, I'll go sort this one out, and then the copper train can come pick us up. So the copper trains tend to be pretty rammed up anyway. Here we are. Okay, where are my turrets? I have not got any, have I? Right, fine. Right, well let me get the copper train up here anyway, that's assuming that isn't it, which I think it is. That's good timing, because I'm going to have to bring you back. Because I need to stock up on turrets, it would seem. Is there anything else that I'm going to need to stock up on? Lots of stuff, I think. Although we're not terrible, are we? Need some electronic circuits, which I seem to remember saying before, which makes me think maybe I forgot to actually pick any up. Electronic circuits. Turrets. Right. Good. Okay, take me back. We'll get everything fixed. Okay, hopefully we can... Actually, it's probably just going to get filled up pretty quickly, actually, isn't it? Ah, well. Maybe this won't take us too long, even so. Alright. What else? You need fixing? So I think... Alright, I think that might be going a bit far even for me. Definitely time we started a new layer. And if stuff has been missed, then just going to have to put up with it. Have a load of ammunition. ED seems to be getting a little low, which to be fair is because they are covering a pretty wide area as well. And I've lost my train. Of course I have. Still gives me a chance for a minor inspection. Yeah, I think we're mostly okay. So, what was the other one? Coal mine. Has got a missing turret as well. Aha! Dropping some ammunition off here as well. I suppose I could give him what I've got in my pistol. There's still a bit knocking around, isn't there? It's not disastrous. I think we'll survive. Right. Come and pick me up. Okay, so to finish this off, I think I'll just see if we can extend the logistics network a bit. Probably going to go along the south wall. So it won't put us in a position to start doing logistics. Hang on, have I got the wrong one? I have, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't. No, it just really takes that long to get here. This is a bit of a bad one anyway, because it still blocks off the iron train. So it's quite handy to have it do its visit here while I'm here. Because I can keep an eye out for the iron train coming up behind it. I wasn't expecting it to be here very long, actually. Okay. Oh well. You head off anyway. I feel like most of these copper mines are pretty rammed now anyway. So I'm not too worried about getting them in the right order. Okay, so let us put down some roboports. In fact, let us grab some ammunition first. And then we'll put down some roboports. if I can remember where I was building them. This is going to be the other trick. What on earth was it I was... Oh, well, there we are. So because we want to do the logistics network, we're going to be checking the line that connects these. And ideally I want to be covering the south wall insofar as I can to start with. I don't mind overdoing it. There we go. I don't want to underdo it. I don't want any gaps in this big pile of orange. Actually, let's do it this way because I'm going to put one here. So I'm going to need some this might seem a little overkill, but I'd like to have a maximum number of construction robot coverage as well. I cover the walls as well as I possibly can. Hang on. Actually, would I be better off going here? Just thinking in terms of what I'm actually covering, because I could actually put some mines up there, in theory, which might stop us from constantly being damaged. I might even do that now. It's not going to be great because we have an insane amount of okay, something bad is happening. Coal mine. Okay. Still not urgent. So I think, yeah, the construction robots are actually coming, I think, to repair this turret. But they should also be able to replace those two mines now. So I think what's been happening, if I'm getting this right, is that whenever the artillery gun fires, or perhaps sometimes when it doesn't, a bunch of things come, but a couple of them sit here where they're only in range of this one turret, so it takes it a while to defeat them, and all that time they are damaging this turret. You see, sometimes the construction robots need to be recharged at one of the roboports. But yeah, we should find that they are doing repairs. So we're going to need logistics chests and things a lot closer to here. We're going to want them spread out around the area. So at the moment this is horribly inefficient, but as we fill the rest of the network in, it should improve. In fact, do we still have any left? We do. So let's actually start doing that from here. There we go. Right. So our next problem is that we need to make sure they've all got power. So this is where the large electric poles are going to come in very useful. Because a lot of the time we only want to power one thing, which is the roboport. So we'll probably put the actual logistics chests in places where we already have power. Not that clear on what the issue is with that one, but I think we've at least got them all. So yeah, we're going to want to, as well as doing the coverage, we're going to want to start putting some passive provider chests out with more stuff, and we're also going to want to put some more construction robots into service, because we don't have very many at the moment and they're very slow, so they're having to do an awful lot of work. However, you see we've already got quite a bit more coverage there, so that's a bit of an improvement. That's what we want. So we want this to cover the entire base, so then we can start worrying about our outposts. So just for the last thing, let's go sort the coal mine out. So I think we've got 2 destroyed turrets up there now, which is very dangerous. Okay, well here's one of them. Oh right, that isn't a destroyed turret, that is a destroyed transport belt. There we go. I suppose if you allow the destroyed turret to go unchecked for too long, they start destroying other things, which I guess makes sense. But then that means that the other turrets weren't getting resupplied with ammunition, so yeah, that could have been pretty bad. And we're also not exactly teeming of ammunition, so let me just massively stock you up. And all the mines are good. Okay, that's all good. So the one other thing that's concerning me is I'm pretty sure after the total mess I made with a cluster grenade last time that I fixed something incorrectly in the northeast copper mine. So actually I might just end there. Just sort that out. Just take the artillery train out. Get you out of the way. Do some repairs. I think it's this one. Oh no, it's this one. In fact, both of them. I didn't replace the hinges correctly, and I also failed to replace these power poles. Oh, that's just a rock. That's fine, I don't need to replace the rock or repair it. Okay, so it looks like this is our first shipment of artillery. It's quite a lot of artillery, but still, I'm not going to fire again just yet. Still, seeing as you're here, you can take me back. So I think that will be it. So there's quite a lot of just checking on mines there, unfortunately. But it did need doing. It would be nice to have an artillery down here somewhere. But yeah, I think we've got all of our iron mines repaired. We discovered a slowdown in the southeast iron mine, which I had somehow never noticed. Those are good. Cool. We have improved the advanced circuit factory. So hopefully, in fact, let me just check that. Let me just check how it's looking, so I can admire a job well done. We've also vastly increased the coverage of the logistics network, so it now covers the entire south side of the base. Obviously, we still don't have very good coverage yet, so we're not ready to do actual logistics, but because that's the orange bit. But the construction robot bit, we could actually put mines all around here, which we will probably do next time. And we may have solved the issue here with this turret. I mean, even if the mines don't do enough damage to stop the turret getting damaged, it should now be being repaired. But we do need to beef things up a bit in terms of our actual construction robot capacity. Oh, good grief. Right, okay. We really need an artillery turret there. Yeah, we have to start beefing the security up there. So we've got coverage here, but yeah, I want to take some of this area out as well. Okay, that's fine. That'll be for next time. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. So yeah, we had some problems with electronic circuits, so we've made more of these, so we're producing more advanced circuits. But then we had a problem with electronic circuits, which was mostly down to the lack of copper wires. So we've introduced this alternative system now, which actually is like a kind of extreme version of what I did here, which is giving us a copper wiring on both sides of the conveyor belt, which means that this is permanently chock full of copper wires, and we're producing far more electronic circuits now. So hopefully everything will be going a lot faster. It's actually looking like we need more advanced circuit production. But yeah, in theory that should be a lot quicker, even if it doesn't look like we've got enough. So yeah, that's pretty good. You know, I was mostly just making small improvements and repairs. But I feel like we've made a lot of progress on speeding things up. I'm hopeful that everything will move a lot faster now. And yeah, hopefully we can look at artillery in the oil field and nuclear power area, and we can check on that while we're there, and we can carry on getting coverage, and hopefully we might get a chance to cover logistics, if not next session, then the session after. But I'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.